Wouldn't you guys like it that, you know, for once you can actually just buy a product without having to find God knows what Instagram shop, without having to worry whether it's fake or not, without having to cough up so much money because you have to buy the product and on top of that pay for shipping for it to get to you? Wouldn't you rather just use a good product, an equally good product that you can just find right here? You can actually walk out of your house and go buy, or for some of them you don't even need to leave your house to go buy. Yeah guys, I'm talking about local products. I am sharing with you guys some of my favorite Kenyan products. These are made by Kenyans for Kenyans, and I want to do a full face using them just so that by the end of this video you guys can get to know a little bit more about good Kenyan brands, and then you don't have to ngangana all the time, you know, looking for an international brand that's so hard to find. You have to pay almost double to bring it in. So I'm gonna share with you guys some that you can instantly just buy. So watch till the end so that you know what you can drop your coins on. So the first thing I'm gonna go in with is a primer. Just, you know, we're starting with the face, so we want a good base. This is a personal favorite. This is the Biw Biw. It's actually a BB cream, so you can use it. The good thing with this product is that you can use it on its own or you can use it under your foundation. It works wonders as a primer. And then on top of that is that it actually has SPF, so when you use this, if you had forgotten to wear your sunscreen, you're good to go. So that's how this BB cream by Biw Biw goes on. It goes on really well. If I was just wearing this and this alone, then I wouldn't go in with foundation, but because I'm using it as a primer, I've put an extremely light layer. Okay, let's go ahead and get into foundation. I have two foundations here which I love, and I'm going to use both of them because I do love both of them. One is the Suzy Beauty foundation and the other is the Pauline Cosmetics My Color Liquid Foundation. There are pros and cons of both, but the biggest con, I think I would say, when it comes to Kenyan brands and foundation is that there's no foundation in the market made for oily skin. So these two foundations give you a dewy and glowy finish and they are beautiful, but if you have oily skin, then there's nothing for you in the Kenyan market so far. So I'm gonna go in first with this one by Suzy Beauty. It's a bit dark for my skin tone. Now the thing with the Suzy Beauty foundation range is that it's not that wide, so there are really many gaps in between the foundation shades. So finding your shade could be a little bit tricky, quite honestly. So I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this foundation is definitely a bit too dark for me. So what I'm doing is putting it just on the perimeter of my face. I hope that glow is coming through on camera, and also this foundation has a really good coverage, and on top of that it's buildable. Now since it's a bit too dark, I'm going to go now on the inner circle of my face with the Pauline Cosmetics foundation. Again, dewy. This is in the shade MC706, which now on the other hand is a bit too light for me. So Pauline Cosmetics came out with 7 shades, all for melanin skin tones, guys, which I think is quite amazing, and they're going to be extending their range really soon. Alright, that's looking really good. I'm just looking just nice and dewy and moisturized. And then both of these foundations actually don't have this heavy cakey foundation look. They're very lightweight and they feel lightweight. Now I'm not going to conceal because unfortunately I haven't used a concealer that I really love that's Kenyan. In fact, I think only Suzy Beauty has a concealer. It's only Suzy Beauty who has a concealer. It's the only Kenyan brand I believe that has a concealer, and I've used it. It's like a small pot concealer that comes in a pot, but it's dry. It's really dry, and I don't know if it's because I have dry skin, but I use that thing and it it was really dry, and even in the container itself it tends to really dry up, so I wouldn't really recommend it. So because I've used a lighter foundation in the center of the face, then we're just gonna call that concealer. Okay, let's get into powder. So there are no Kenyan setting powders yet. I keep saying yet because the industry is growing, but there are powders from two cosmetics companies in Kenya, just two, which is Suzie Beauty. I love their powder. They have a loose powder. I think they also have a compact. And then these I love. These are the Pauline Cosmetics compacts. I have two shades here. I have Cinnamon and I have Sahara. Sahara is a bit light, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna use that to set my under eye. So I think I mentioned that was Sahara, so I'm gonna set the rest of my face with Cinnamon, which is darker. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into eyeshadow. I'm going to dab into two eyeshadow palettes. Mine, the Nnk Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and I'm also going to dab a little bit into the Huddah Cosmetics Stargirl Edition eyeshadow palette. So I actually reviewed this palette on my channel, and I don't know if you guys remember, but I mentioned I didn't like the shimmers in this eyeshadow palette, but the mattes were good except for the yellow one. The yellow one is Accra. I really liked the other mattes. I didn't like the shimmers except this one called Nnk, because it's Nnk. And then of course my palette, the Nnk Cosmetics one, well used, really dirty because I just use it you know, not caring if it gets dirty or not. So I'm gonna start off with a transition shade, and I think I'm gonna use this one in the Huddah Cosmetics palette called Addis. You guys, my camera cut me off, so I did like half the eye. I used Bold from the Nnk Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, and then I went in with Juba and Dakar from the Huddah Cosmetics palette, which I just put on the crease to really deepen it up. So now what I want to do is just put some concealer on the lid before I go in with my shimmer. Okay, so on the lid, I'm not so sure what to go in with. Let's see, I think I'll go in with two shadows from the Nnk Cosmetics palette. I'll go in with Glow Getter in the inner corner, and then probably Dancing Queen in the middle, and then I smoke out the look. I'm gonna now jump back into the Huddah Cosmetics palette and take Juba and Dakar, which is what I put on the crease, and I'm just gonna use that to smoke out the outer V. Okay guys, let's go ahead and jump straight into lashes. These lashes are the truth. These are the Nnk Lashes. These are Kenyan, and it's a company that was started by two makeup artists, and they just created something so amazing. I've tried all their styles. I love that they have different styles, like natural styles for like, you know, toned down looks, or people who don't want like over the top lashes, and then they have over the top lashes for people like me who love over the top lashes. So in fact, the style I'm going to use is called Dahlia. It's a fave. It's definitely a fave. What did I tell you guys? Extra. Okay, I just want to really quickly finish off the eyes. What I'm gonna do is just highlight over here the brow bone. I'm using Glow Getter, one of my fave highlighters, which is really not even a highlighter, it's an eyeshadow. Now I don't have a blush, but I know for a fact that Suzie Beauty make beautiful blushes. I just don't have one. There's one I had called Plum, and I believe there's one called Terracotta. Those blushes are so gorgeous, especially Terracotta. In fact, it has like some gold. Actually, I think I'm gonna buy it. I have to rebuy it. That thing is good. So since I don't have blush and I don't have a highlighter, I don't think there's a Kenyan brand that makes a highlighter. I'm going to just improvise and use my palette, the Nnk Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna grab Aspire and use that as a blush. Usually I also take chocolate to bronze, so I'm gonna do that also, and then just finish off with Glow Getter as my highlight. Okay, now let's finish off with lipsticks. I feel like this is where we're really spoiled for choice. Like, there are such good Kenyan lipsticks in the market. So I have a couple here. I'm not gonna wear all of them. I'm just probably gonna choose one, but I just want to mention the ones that I really love. I love this one by Suzie Beauty. I believe this one is called Oath. It's like a nude. Oh, and the smell is amazing. It smells like sweets. Oh, it smells so good. So this one I believe is called either Oath or Toffee. Actually, I think it's called, okay, I'm not sure. But this is a really beautiful nude. And then the rest that I have here are mostly reds. I love this Huddah Cosmetics lipstick. It's literally over, guys. It's literally over. This is in the shade Vamp. It's one of the most beautiful reds I have ever tried. And then, of course, Nnk Cosmetics. This is in the shade Unapologetic. Look at me looking down like I don't know what's the name of the shade. This is the shade Unapologetic. This is also a beautiful deep red. Hues and Tones. This one I believe is called Flame. Gorgeous red. I think this is the one I'm gonna wear, because the rest are all quite deep, and I feel like I want something bright, like a bright red for a change. So when this lipstick dries, it just looks so gorgeous. Let me just quickly spray my face. So I'm gonna list everything I used in the description box down below. Leave a comment telling me or telling us what product from a Kenyan brand you love. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.